precision timing on everything.
He woke this crowd up.
She certainly did. Everybody's rooting for the Americans in this crowd.
9-9 on Agaki's ball. So the Romanians, as we knew, are going to be very formidable. Let's watch Mary Lou
Big battle. Here's a reverse hex. Now this is where I believe we had a little bit of trouble. Whoops, we're going to stop there. Here we are. Stomach whip. Right into that front. That's called the Retton flip. Nice and high. She didn't over-rotate, and she got a 9-9 on the uneven bars. Great start for the Americans.
Hey, Agaki gets 9-9 on the ball. Mary Lou comes back with 9-9 on the uneven bar.
They're playing ping pong out there.
Yep. Just like it was last night. Mary Lou Retton. Oh, boy.
You have to give credit to Don Peters and Bella Caroli. They have psyched these girls up, and all the hard work that they've done.
Here in slow motion, we'll have a look at Lavinia Agaki's second ball.
Her 9-9 vault. She gets tremendous speed here. Good position in the air, and here's her full twist. With 1.5 twist, actually.
And here's our strength on the uneven bars, Julianne McNamara.
And she is. She can swing like nobody in this competition. Watch how each move is fully extended. One difficulty after another. She doesn't let a move go by without a twist or a flip. Her handstand. And her stalters. Look at that. Right to the handstand. Front with a half twist. And this entire USA team has hit. And they've got one of the most difficult events out of the way. They go to balancing next, and they've got to be so excited at this point.
Wow, lovely smile on Julianne's face, and no wonder. Let's take another look.
Are we seeing shades of the men or what? Here's her stalter, right up to a straight body, straight leg handstand. This lady has the best technique in the entire competition on this event. Way above the ground and above that high bar. She lays it out when she comes down, almost standing right up. What a routine, and what a fine lady she is.
Julianne McNamara. Oh, Mary Lou Retton, she just really...
Will we see a 10 here?
Well, let's see. Let us wait. While we're waiting, we'll see in slow motion the Romanian Ekaterina Szabo.
And this is a pike, full twisting Sukahara, more difficult than the tucked Sukahara, because those legs are open just a little bit more. And she landed well, and let's see what the judges say.
Waiting for her score, too. It could come down with Agaki and Szabo against Retton and McNamara.
Well, as we said, it's a real back and forth.
There's Ekaterina Szabo waiting for her score from the first ball.
And you can see her looking around a little bit to the uneven bars. They know that this is probably as big a battle as if they were the Soviets.
And here the crowd getting rested with the scoring. We were about 30 minutes late starting because of slow scoring in the last session. Julianne truly can. There's a 10 for Szabo's first ball. A 10 for Szabo's first ball.
And look at the tears in her eyes almost.
Yes. You cannot do better than that, Ekaterina.
Right.
She'll take the second ball anyway, right?
Hey.
She'll take the second ball anyway, right?
Hey. And you can bet that this crowd will go wild if Julianne doesn't get a 10.
Well, it's a good look at this young lady who is the big star of Romania.
Very good position all the way around. She's got distance and height. You can see a slight separation in the legs, but from where the judges are sitting, I don't know if they'll see that.
Well, once again, when the judges are slow like this, it absolutely throws off the next competitor.
Exactly. You can see once again she gets good.
This is the last. This is the last competitor, though. But they're going to hold up the whole operation.
Exactly.
A 10 for Julianne McNamara. I tell you, again, Szabo gets 10. Julianne McNamara.
Fighting tooth and nail back and forth.
Szabo got 9-9 on her second ball, but it's meaningless really after the 10. And there's Bela, who used to be elbows, Coach.
Okay. Good enough. That is broken. Okay. That's good. Get him.
The ice is broken indeed. Oh, Julianne McNamara, a perfect 10 on the uneven bars.
Couldn't be more deserved by just a classy lady, someone who works extremely hard, as all the athletes do, but this lady is intense. And she's not even thinking about that 10 anymore. She knows she has to go to the balance beam, and that's a big obstacle at this point. They have to hit. We have to make up those 4.5 tenths, and we're going head-to-head right now. So
CLA and inside Paulie Pavilion now. Julianne McNamara, who just hit a perfect 10 on the uneven bars, and the rotation just over because the Chinese women were a little slower on the balance beam. And now, Ann Simon, our colleague, has the biggest celebrity in Hollywood today. Ann?
That I do, Jack. Last night it was his turn to endure the nervous. Tonight it's the ladies. What are they going through right now?
Oh, they're going through a lot of pressure, but I think that the ladies are up. They're going to keep staying up. That's what we did. We kept ourselves going, and I can tell just after bars that the girls are really up. And even if they fall behind a little bit, they're going to keep that momentum, and they're going to be tough to the end, regardless of what happens.
Right now you're in the lead for the all-around championship. You going to lose any sleep over that in anticipation?
Well, I think that anything that happens after this would be icing on the cake. I really think that our gold medal was icing on the cake, so I'm just going to try to go out there and hit all 6 routines, and I have to think of the meet as just starting from zero, and that's how I'm going to have to play it.
I heard you last night, Peter, when you were looking for the results, and you said, oh, no, I'm in the lead, uh-oh.
Well, I didn't ask for that. You know, I just wanted to hit my routines and do all I can to get the USA in first, and when I saw myself in first all-around, I said, boy, I guess I have a chance, and it puts a little pressure on me, but hopefully I'll be able to deal with it.
Peter Vidmar. Jack, you're right. He's a big star.
All right. Thank you very much. And they're the gymnasts now preparing to march to their next apparatus. And here is the score after that first rotation. Romania is still in first place. The United States is second by 6/10 of a point now. So despite the marvelous performance, they lost a little ground with the Chinese women in third. Julianne McNamara leading with the United States women as they move from the uneven bars to the balance beam. The Romanians will move to the uneven bars, and the Chinese women will be on the floor exercise. Now, the floor exercise includes music, so if you hear music, all of a sudden, that's what it will be from. 15/100ths of a point we lost in that first rotation.
that is not much.
All right, Julie McNamara, of course, is one of our bright stars in gymnast world, so why don't we take a closer look at her?
For the past 5 years, 18-year-old Julianne McNamara has been a nomad, practicing the art of gymnastics in Oregon, California, and now Houston. She was born in New York City. She has been treated like a rare hothouse flower, tenderly nourished, but isolated from a normal teenage life.
I think we are mature in the way. A lot of kids, they don't know what they want to do, and they waste maybe 3 or 4 years of their life fooling around, whereas I've pretty much known what I've wanted at an early age. I've known since the time I was, 13 that, I wanted to become a world-class gymnast. I've really always been self-motivated. You're putting in all the work, and you're putting in all the hours, and you can't be doing it for someone else. You have to be doing it for yourself. It's hard sometimes. Some days you kind of wonder, is it worth it? There's that goal that you've set for yourself, and sometimes it seems so far away, and then other times it seems so close. Some days the workouts aren't so fun, going in there, working out every day, but at the same time you have to enjoy it. I guess the question I get asked a lot is, do I feel like I've missed out on a normal life? But to me, what's been normal is to be in a gym, 5 or 6 hours a day, and it's been my choice. It's been what I wanted to do, and it's not like I was forced into doing it. And if I wanted to do, the things that my friends were doing, or those type of things, then I could have done it. I could have at any time just said, I'm done with my gymnastics. I don't want to do it anymore. But it wasn't that way. It was my choice.
It was the self-exiled Romanian Bela Karolyi who coached Nadia Comaneci, who brought Julianne to Houston. He looks for a great gymnast, not in the limbs, but in the eyes.
You can find the great athletes looking on the eyes. If they had the spark on the eyes, if they had the greatness, the desire, and the confidence, yes, I am the one who I'm going to make it. Yes, that's what you have to pay more attention, because even maybe the physical ability in that specific moment is not that great, that can be developed. But what is inside, what is psychological aspect, it's hard to develop. You can make improvements, but never you can make a little scared rabbit to be a lion, you know? And that's the point in gymnastics.
The McNamara family, apart for much of Julianne's life, is together again. Her parents have moved to Houston, and she remembers their support, not their absence.
You know, you have a lot of people with you during the good times, but during the bad times, you don't always have so many people with you, and my family has been the one
At UCLA, and there are the standings after the first rotation in the women's optionals. Romania still leading. In fact, they picked up 0.15 of a point on the United States, despite Julianne McNamara's marvelous 10. The U.S. trails now by 0.6 of a point. The Chinese are still in third. West Germany and Canada fourth and fifth. The second rotation has begun. The United States are on the balance beam. There you see the three apparatus. The unbalanced beam. In the middle is the floor exercise, and the balance beam at the end of Pauley Pavilion, and that is where the United States is. We're looking at Christina Grigoris of Romania.
And Christine has a very good entrance on the uneven bars. It's a front flip. Critical time is she must get high enough to not hit her head. Little stop there. The coach almost got hit. As long as that coach doesn't get in the way, they're all right. So far moving fairly well. Little hesitant on that one move in the beginning. Their hip handstand. Very tall for a gymnast. To her twisting movement on the high bar to the low bar. Straddle over. She has to watch her foot form. Sometimes her feet get a little flat. One toe on. And her Comaneci with a half twist. Good exercise.
Christina Grigoris. All 97 pounds of her.
You can see that they really have faced the pressure before. Let's take another look at her mount. Watch how her head has to get very high above that low bar so she doesn't hit it and cause her timing to be off. She sits a little bit flat there, makes her half twist. And we hear the crowd booing, and basically what they're booing about is Pam Bilek's 9.5 on the balance beam. And here's Christine's dismount. It's a Comaneci named after Nadia herself, her teammate. Christina Grigoris, good routine.
They come from a big... Here we are at the balance beam. Michelle Dussier, 9.80 for Gregorius on that unbalanced bar.
Teammate Pam Bilek, right before Michelle, did an excellent routine.
The piano music, again, we would tell you, is for the floor exercise, which the Chinese team is performing at the moment. And it must be a little distracting to the person on the balance beam.
A little bit, but if you just notice, Michelle did a swing to a side flip, and that is extra risk. Those judges will award that with a 10th, or maybe even 2. Ready for her back handspring into a back layout.
Oops.
Little break there. That's a 5/10 of a point deduction right there when you hold on to the beam like that. Full turn, a lot of pressure of these ladies. Basically what this means is that this has to be, if her score is lower than the others, and they count those 5 scores, then they have to be good ones. Otherwise, we'll have no chance of making up. Interesting connecting move here. Chest stand. I think they've endured the pressure very well. We need to continue the concentration at this point. And a double twist. Good exercise. One major break, though. Let's see if the other girls can come up with real strong routines.
Pam Bilek has already done her balance beam exercise and got a 9.60. Let's Let's take a look so you can see the break here.
Okay, she goes into the back handspring, looks right on, shoulders, hips, legs in line. Difficult move, it's blind. You cannot see the beam until you're almost on top of it. You can see right here she grasps under the beam. They can take, actually, not 5/10, that's 3/10 with one hand catching the beam.
How do you
like that.
get your concentration back when that happens?
Well, a lot of times what happens is that you take a deep breath and the bad thing has happened, so you go on. Other times it truly just knocks the rest of the routine out. But she handled it well. She also did a triple twist on that dismount.